Hey guys, it's me, Cruella de Vil. I'm just joking. Hey, welcome to episode 2 of our comfort zone conversation. First things first, because I am the realist, I need your homework. Yes, please, come on. Yep, I don't want any fuss and fighting. If you forgot to do it, that sucks. I'm posting a video today. Should have done it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you didn't. So, some of you guys are like, holy I didn't even know this was class. Well, welcome. If this is the first video you've ever seen of me, I hope you're ready to step outside of your comfort zone. Buckle up, buddy. And if you know who I am, what up? Don't look at me for too long. Okay, so what I had us do for homework, and the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because if you would like to, if you can't, that's okay. Write this down and maybe do it later. I need you to do it because it's honestly the foundation of this video, and it just has so much juice. When you make that timeline, you're gonna burst at the seams, all right? What I had us do was make a timeline of all of the times, not all the times, you could have done some, you could have done none. Do some. I wanted to do a timeline of all of the times we have stepped outside of our comfort zone. The reason why I wanted you to do that was because I chose to just do it lollygagging myself for no reason. Just because at first I thought I was going to talk about all the times I stepped outside of my comfort zone in the first video, but it didn't really fall into piece. The puzzle did not match up. So I thought to myself, wow, you had an epiphany. You need others to have an epiphany. So what was even more crazy is as I was doing this, somebody literally sent me their comfort zone timeline. I told you if you did it, I would feature you in this video. So thank you. But anyway, I wanted you to do that for a huge reason. So I want you to please take that out. And if you haven't made one, maybe pause and make one, because you're gonna get it. I wanted to talk about like 2 or 3 that I put on my timeline, just in case, you know, some of you are kind of like, I don't know what the hell to put on my timeline, or I don't know what to do. You know, my first one was stopping swimming so I could become a full-time gymnast. Oh my God, I'm just joking. But I'm not. That was a time where I had to step outside my comfort zone. Another one, for example, was my first knee surgery. I really had to step outside of my comfort zone the first time I got cheated on. You know, when my mom got sick, I had to step outside of my comfort zone. When I graduated high school, you know, starting therapy was really interesting for me. My first job was really interesting. Making this timeline really opened up my eyes to a huge notion. Something that I know all of us are kind of like, dude, I get it, but do you really get it? Looking at your timeline, even looking and thinking in your mind, say you didn't make one, you're not about that. Think about your timeline. Think about how long it is, but think of all of the things you have been through. When I wrote down my timeline and afterwards, and I kind of had some like self-thinking because I was like, damn, that's deep. I was like, hey, my whole life has been a huge series of me stepping outside of my comfort zone. But I have an idea. Remember a while ago when we were uncovering emotional myths? Well, I have a comfort zone myth, a life myth that I think I cracked a little bit. I think I cracked the code. You know how everybody and their brothers says live in the present moment, live in the now, live in the now. The reason why I think that's a myth, I don't think that's entirely true. Think about it. I'll speak for myself, all right? I have felt like I am in an immense comfort zone and I have not been progressing at all, right? But yet, all of these books I read and all of these videos I watch and all these lectures I listen to, they talk about the power of the now and how everything happens in the now and how if I focus on my past, it's going to keep me stuck in the past. If I focus on my future, it's going to just go drive me crazy and, you know, bada boom, bada boom. When we do that, and if we go about it the wrong ways, we repress so many experiences that we went through. Me personally, looking at this timeline, I think there's maybe one or two of these situations or predicaments that I've actually come to terms with, accepted, felt all the levels of emotions, and moved on from it. Lifted it from my being. Regardless of the fact that I've been through all of these things, I wonder if the notion of me staying so stuck and focused on a routine and a consistent thing that happens every single day and getting things done on the day to day because it's in the now, what's so important happens in the now, that I haven't, maybe that's why we are in the comfort zone. And we find it so hard for us to get out of the comfort zone is because we haven't sat down and thought to ourselves, damn, I've done a lot in my life. I have gone through some really sticky situations and I am here to talk about it. That's exciting. Yes, the comfort zone is scary. Yes, learning about new ideas and uncovering myths we thought were myths and maybe they're not, or, maybe us uncovering little hidden gems that we thought were the truth, rubbing it, and it's a little bit deeper. It's like finding a rock and then cracking it and being like, oh my god, there's a galaxy in here. What if we're over here collecting all these lucky stones, not realizing, hey, this isn't what is, it's deeper than this. The wisdom we have, it can go deeper. That's what I realized while making this stepping outside the comfort zone timeline. My past and all of this shit I've been through should literally be a motivating boom to me. It should shoot me up into the air like a dang rocket and allow me to realize I'm not as stuck as I think I am. And I know I said that in the last video, but uncovering the sand to this little scroll of this timeline we make for our own life, it's distracting me. Somebody is pitter-pattering on my front steps. Like I said, uncovering all of this it's huge. It brings awareness, and that's what's key. That is what's key, okay? While I made this timeline, I realized I have 2 doors that I walk out of, I got 2 exit doors, and that's it. That's it. I have created 2 exit doors for myself. What are those 2 exit doors? The reason why I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper is so you can write down right now, do you have any doors to leave your comfort zone? You have to. You have to, because look at your timeline. You've done so much already. You've exited your comfort zone somehow. So think about it. How have you exited your comfort zone? So I thought about mine, and I was like, yo, I got 2 doors on mine. Realistically speaking, being honest with myself, one, it's a door that I had no choice to go out of. It's literally kind of like a push and shove situation, like the elevator doors are closing, you gotta get out. Yeah. The other door is me trying to impress. I just want to see what's going on. I don't know. You couldn't pay me to tell you what the hell's going on out there. Stay focused. The second door, after looking at this, made me realize I was trying to impress, okay? That could mean a plethora of things. I was either trying to impress my parents, my teachers, a judge during a competition, a boyfriend or a friend. If I left my comfort zone, it was for one of 2 reasons. It was 1, because I had no choice. 2, I wanted to impress somebody and it made me feel uncomfortable. Even if it was myself. Realizing that, and ask yourself the same thing. Look at this and ask yourself, what do these things have in common? Like, I couldn't control my knee blowing out and me having to get surgery and going through that experience. I couldn't control getting in a car crash. I couldn't control my mom and dad dying. When I stepped outside of my comfort zone for gymnastics, or when I disconnected from social media, or when I started college, those were little things. Like when I went to college, I was trying to impress my parents, I want you to ask yourself, what are your exit doors? Because like I said, awareness is key. So I feel like the second we realize what our exit doors are, how many exit doors we have, that can open our eyes to say, hey, damn, am I going about this the weird way? Why is it that I'm either forced or trying to impress people that takes me outside of my comfort zone? Why can't I willingly step outside of my comfort zone and not feel the need to impress somebody or not feel like I'm forced? Why can't we go about this like life is bunny and ducks? And I feel like it's because we don't realize the doors that a comfort zone has, the doors we've created, because it kind of happened really quickly, or when it happened, we weren't paying attention, you know? So now that I'm sitting down, I don't remember when I made that door that was just wanting to impress people. I don't know who taught me or made me feel like that was okay, but that's where I am right now. Understanding this, it allows us to create new doors. It allows us to go through a door. Say I'm going through a door that I'm realizing, hey, every time I walk through this door, I'm trying to impress somebody. Take that into consideration and ask yourself, is that healthy? Is it benefiting you in multiple aspects, you know? Is you stepping outside of your comfort zone just to impress people helping you spiritually? Or does it have a bunch of weird and interesting repercussions? I think we are being so distracted by the present moment that it's stopping us from even, you know, realizing that that door is starting to creak. It's about to break off. It's not working for us anymore. Remember? What used to make us comfortable might not make us comfortable anymore. And that's okay. It will take going through a new door to realize, hey, I can step out my comfort zone in another way. You know, maybe that's gaining new knowledge and new insights. And that having that education and wisdom on your chest brings you confidence. That confidence can help you step outside of your comfort zone. That's why I think knowledge is so powerful. You can learn something new and have the confidence of a God because you know how cats work. You know how plants work, you know? Goofy little things like that. I honestly think that that's a myth. The staying in the now is a myth. Because look at all the stuff you've done on your timeline. All of those things can't be forgotten. They can't just be locked up and never thought about again. They held so much growth and learning, and it was all personal experience. It wasn't something I taught you. It wasn't something your parents taught you. It wasn't something a textbook taught you. It's not something it can teach you. Those things you went through had to happen so your comfort zone could expand. Whether you had control of it, whether you were just trying to impress somebody, whether your door, you even have a door. Say you're just stuck in a comfort zone. Realize you're not, okay? Realize there has to be a seep hole somewhere. You creeped your way out once. I promise you. Even if it was when you decided to wear jeans one day, you know? Even if it was when you decided to not wear eyelash extensions. You've stepped outside of your comfort zone. Stop smacking yourself in the back of the head, you know, saying you can't or you have never, because you've done it. It takes a little bit, oh yeah, I remember that one time my uncle called me and I didn't want to pick up the phone because I have anxiety, but I answered the phone. I stepped outside my comfort zone. I've done it. You can do it. You will. You have. you feel me? You got it. You got it. One thing, and this is leading into episode 3, the one thing that we cannot do is lock a door, lock a memory, and pretend it never happened. We can't lock a door and then lose a key. I can't keep a hold of a key. You can't keep a hold of a key, and especially one that damn small. So you cannot do that, because what will happen is you will start repressing memories, you will start repressing emotions, and that falls hand in hand with the idea of self-love deficiency. Okay? Self-love deficiency. And how I found that term, like what the hell is that? I know vitamin D deficiency is a thing going on. Self-love deficiency is like a step deeper into the understanding of being codependent. And codependency is a huge thing that can keep you stuck in the comfort zone. And I don't think it's something people have thought about. And I don't think just that word codependency, it doesn't sink in with practically anybody, I don't believe. I don't think anybody knows or understands what codependency is and how deep it is and what causes it and why it happens. So if you are a person who is very codependent on something, you know, you could be codependent on an addiction. You could be codependent on a person or a friend or a parent or an activity or a boyfriend or a spouse, a girlfriend. You can be codependent on a lot of things. And when I asked you guys on my Instagram story, because this is a continuous series and we're still like, I'm still diving into this and how, you know, I want to go about it and everything, I asked you guys what you wanted me to talk about. And some of you guys asked me, you know, well, how do I get out of the comfort zone? What are ways, you know, tips, ways, different things like that. I think one of the big things could be some of us are codependent on a lot of things. And that codependency is causing us to stay stuck in a comfort zone or in a situation, because sometimes what's considered a comfort zone, the situation you're in, it might not be comforting. You might be in an abusive relationship. You might be in a relationship that just isn't healthy. You might be in a job situation that's not healthy, you know? But stepping away from that situation is uncomfortable. You have found peace in the discomfort of the situation that you're in. I feel like this next episode, this next video is going to just dive deeper into some of the answers we're looking for. Because you might be really freaking codependent on something and not know why, or not realize you are, or know you're codependent on something and not understand how that's affecting you, why it's affecting you, why you got there. Is codependency keeping you stuck in the comfort zone? Is that something that is stopping you from progressing? I want you to ask yourself that question. I want you to write that down and ask yourself, are you codependent on something? Are you very reliant on anything? Because I know you are. I know you are. So, that is going to be the topic of the next video. Self-love deficiency, codependency, and how those can keep us stuck in our comfort zone, how they do keep us stuck in the comfort zone. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, I hope this, and making a discomfort zone timeline, it makes you excited for life. Because as shitty as life is, and as painful and shitty as situations can be, there's always a new situation next. Look at your timeline. When you were 7, you thought it was going to stop there. No, honey. So now that we're sitting here in today's moment, let this be something that motivates you today. There's going to be a lot of situations that happen. And what's important is they're learning experiences. They are personal experiences that no one can have but you to help your soul grow, your spirit grow. That is what is exciting about life, okay? Shit happens, but the stuff that comes afterwards is a lot more exciting than that shit. So, from me to you, keep your head up, my friend. We got this, okay?